many privileged guests and many spiritual leaders are also been invited to attend this ceremony. We have one of these spiritual leaders with us. Joining us now is Swamiji Amritaswarupananda Puri, who is the president of the Amrita Vishwapeetham, and he's also the head disciple of spiritual leader Mata Amritanandamayi, who's also known as Amma. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Swamiji. First of all, tell us, we were told that Mata Amritanandamayi will not be able to make it to Pran Pratishtha ceremony because of prior commitments. Will you be representing her at the ceremony?
Yes. I'm representing Amma. In fact, I'm on the way to Ayodhya. I'm in Faridabad right now, but I will be leaving for Ayodhya tomorrow.
Sir, there is a certain atmosphere of religiosity across the country. Do you see this as a true expression of joy? And how do you see this moment and what does this reflect?
This is the victory of Dharma. This is not the victory of any particular religious faith or a section of society or a section of people. This is, in fact, the victory of Dharma, righteousness. Because the divine qualities we see in Lord Rama represent the divinity inherent in everyone and everything, living and non-living. So the immanent consciousness is the closest to us, though we are unaware of it. So when a temple arises in the birthplace of Lord Rama, it is natural if we identify with that moment of celebration. The celebration outside, in fact, is a celebration of our own divinity, which is our reality, the Lord within us, or the divinity within us. So, this joy that you see, the exuberation you see, the bliss that overflows from people's heart, it is a celebration of their own true self. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is not a victory of a certain section of society or a certain political party or a certain religious faith. This is the victory of Dharma or righteousness.
Swamiji, the Prime Minister, as we know, has been on Anushthan for days now. He's been following the Yam processes. As a yogi, can you tell us what are the processes one follows if he has to undertake rituals such as the Pran Pratishtha?
So for any auspicious moment or event, there are certain prerequisites, external and internal, that one should observe. And it is basically purity of mind and body. So one must exercise self-control and refrain from negative thoughts and actions. And this can be achieved by following a set of strict spiritual observances as prescribed by the scriptures. From what I understand, the Honorable Prime Minister is already a spiritual practitioner who adheres to a disciplined lifestyle, which is a source of his strength, clarity, and vitality. However, I wouldn't want to list the practices he follows, as they can vary from region to region. But however, he must be following all the necessary prerequisites, all the necessary spiritual observances to prepare his own mind and body to be to play the vital role, the important role as Yajamana of this whole ceremony.
Right, Swamiji, and how do you see this Ram temple coming up? We've seen new pictures of Ram Lalla. It's a 5-year-old as opposed to the warrior Ram. So in terms of architecture or legal processes or even logistics, what do you think it symbolizes for the country and also for its future?
I think, the architects or whoever envisioned the main deity as Ram Lalla or baby Ram did the right thing, did the right decision, because had it been a Ram wielding the bow and arrow, people might have misinterpreted it as promoting violence. But here, baby Ram, a baby is always innocent. The baby has immense faith and determination. So this is what is lacking. So this image of baby Ram sends out a beautiful, a healthy message to the entire world that this is the need of the hour. Faith, love, unity. So this is the message. So I would say this is the right image of Lord Ram. Because in today's world, filled with war, violence, and conflict everywhere, what people need is love for each other, love for nature, love for God, love for one's own self. So that's a wonderful message.
Right. Swamiji, talking about conflicts, what does this Ram temple, mean for multiple conflicts around religious places that this country has witnessed? And what would your advice be to both Hindus and minority communities?
See, personally, I think the common people of any country, which forms the vast majority, regardless of their religious beliefs, do not want conflict. Rather, they desire peace. Conflict is often created by those who claim to represent God and those who hold the responsibility to protect and promote peace. It begs the question, why is building a temple for Lord Ram in Ayodhya such a big deal? Ayodhya has been known as Lord Ram's birthplace since time immemorial, hasn't it? So Lord Ram was not a political figure. He was not a cruel dictator, a pleasure seeker, or someone who divided society. Instead, he was a kind, good-hearted, compassionate, and well-balanced human being who reminded us of God's love and deserved to be worshipped. When Ram left for the forest, the entire citizenry of Ayodhya followed him out of their love and adoration for him. They only returned when he insisted. Lord Ram continues to inspire millions of people across the world. So instead of focusing solely on the temple, we should shift our focus to Ram himself, his qualities and teachings. While we cannot be perfect like Ram, we can learn from his exemplary life and teachings and imbibe bits and pieces. I'm not saying that everyone should become Ram, because that is not possible, that is almost impossible. But we can at least imbibe bits and pieces of his good qualities. By doing so, we can do good for society and for the upliftment of people so that we will be remembered as good human beings by future generations. So let's not politicize everything and anything and focus on learning from Lord Ram's life and teachings.
Right. And Swamiji, I know you don't want to get into politics, but what would your message be to those who have declined the invite for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, be it political parties or even some spiritual heads like Shankaracharyas?
I would say that they are not looking at the whole process, the unfoldment of the Ram temple and the principle of Ram from the right perspective. What does Ram stands for? Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Ram is personification of Dharma. So why can't people see that from that perspective? So if you think that this temple and this whole process was by this particular political party, so we should not cooperate. In fact, by cooperating, by participating in this process, the entire country, the entire citizens of this country are sending a wonderful message of unity and love to the whole world. So that's what needs to be done. But at the same time, as I mentioned earlier, if you are looking at things from your own colored spectacles, then divisions are bound to exist, and people will definitely politicize it.
Thank you, Swamiji, for speaking to NDTV and for those insights. That